Alright, let's hope I don't blow myself up getting back into the stream. Woohoo! Get in the van, and walk away, drive away slowly. And before we get too far along, let me do this. Do a disk cleanup. And then go here and do... Ah, dang it. But as I was saying, my friends technically have the legal right to walk up to me, and I'll say this in chat too. If my writing ever takes off to the where I've got followers online writing fanfics based off my writing, and I ever turn around and sue because some kid wrote a fan fiction, got noticed, and got offered a writing gig, like a publishing deal, because of the fanfic they were writing. Now, as long as they are not writing directly stolen material, meaning as long as they're not writing in the same world that I built, then I have no problems. And in fact, I actually plan to eventually have my own publishing company where I want to have like the Adventurers Digest publishing, where I go into fanfic sites and go, hey, I run this. Any of you guys write fanfic in any of the following genres? I will let you. You send me in whatever you got. We'll run a competition. Best one gets their book published, or their fiction published in my next upcoming book. Because I want to publish one book a year or more, depending on the thing. I got to get off my ass with my current one because I have not published it. I have not been writing in it, and it was supposed to be done by the 1st of March, but I got involved in this, and then I just got depressed. I would not mind doing a comic book, but I mean, if you want to send them, I am not opposed to doing a comic book. I'm not. But the artist would have to be approved by me and the other person who is involved in the writing of my first book, who did the artwork. He knows he's not good enough to do like a consistent, like the whole comic book thing, because that's a lot of work. And his style is not geared to doing that much work. He's a one-off kind of. He does commission work, one-off commissions, and we were just hangout friends who were just bullshitting. And he did a bunch of drawings. He was doing the drawings as we were describing each creature, and then I wrote stuff about those creatures. Like I would describe an idea, or we'd toss up ideas and start laughing our asses off, and go, "That would be great," and then he'd draw it and hand it to me. And then I'd scan it into my computer and add it to the book. All the artwork's original artwork. His, a guy named Chaz. But he's fully cognizant of the fact that while doing one or two pieces of artwork, books for not like piece of art, but books, doing one or two books is not beyond him. Doing like an entire comic book series, it's beyond his capabilities. Uh, but we'd have to, in all honesty, your friend would have to one read my book and submit some artwork. And I have a distinct concept of what I want each character to look like. So, and I'm picky because I used to do my own drawings. I used to do all that kind of stuff myself too. And I broke my hands too much. I've not kept up on doing the artwork enough to do it now. And I also haven't really bothered to give it a try. Uh, it's just it's too much, on top of what I'm already doing. I'm already writing I'm writing all of the stuff. As I said, the friend, he has input, but it's me doing all the writing, and I'm already behind. I wanted to get my second book out by July, and I'm already way behind on it. I'm hoping that's one of the reasons I thought about doing the event thing, applying to the event thing for Redline, is it'll put me in the mood to write. And it is a mood thing. But yeah, I have my there's I cannot believe J.K. Rowling did that to that poor kid. Also can't believe she came out after swearing up and down she was an LGBTQ supporter, basically reversing everything she said by. Well, that's all my friend Chaz does too, but he does a lot of different artwork. And here's the other problem, Amateur. I'm broke. I have no money. So a person I'd be working with would have to agree to being paid as we are. What the crap was that? Oh, he's some behind me. I wondered what that was for half a second. It's like, who's behind me? Yeah, they'd have to be willing to do what I'm doing with the other artist right now, which is we posted my book on a site called Draft Digital, where they put my book up on 18 different sellers, Amazon, all of them. It's on Amazon now, which I don't get shit from it. I only get $4, and the book sells for 15. So they're taking a huge chunk of my earnings. And originally they wouldn't put it up because they didn't like my cover, and I said, sorry, I'm not changing the cover.
Oh, there we are. Hey, how we doing?
Hey. Yeah, until my books really start selling on their own.
Some carbon as well.
I'm actually just doing everything. I kind of collect for people, and they tell me what they want, and I just get everything.
Oh, all right, all right. Well, I will buy your carbon off you if you want to get rid of it.
How much you talking?
25 per.
That's not bad. I'm thinking about it. Give me a second.
Yep, yep, no worries.
Because the others are all like they usually are they ask while they're in the city, and it's usually what happens when if they catch me in the city at the same time. But if I can sell it while I'm
Right.
here, yeah, they're not like
Do you have like a typical seller that you or buyer that you sell it to, or
it's kind of hit or miss.
okay,
Sometimes it's that Mr. Snow guy. I hadn't been him for a couple weeks, so I haven't been having the same schedule as him. And then yeah, it's hit or miss really. Sometimes it's other people who collect and they've got a good deal going, but they don't have enough to, and they're supposed to supply by a certain date, and they ask me if I've got anything.
really?
Yeah, well, yeah, you're like, hey, can you have this much by Tuesday? And they say, yeah, I can have that much by Tuesday. And then it's like Monday night, and they're like, oh shit, I don't have enough,
Right, right.
and there's no way I can get it all. So I'll give them what I can, and they just give me a cut of their deal.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, I've got like 15 grand I can spend right now on whatever you got. So,
Let me finish cracking what I've got today, because I'm kind of doing a grind session.
right, right.
I was just because somebody asked me for iron, and I'm really more iron than the carbon at the moment.
Okay, okay.
Hey,
Did you
Pinky,
do a
welcome back.
trade deal for iron to for carbon?
I'd rather the cash, actually.
Okay.
In all
Yeah, I mean,
honesty.
I can buy the carbon off you, but I just didn't know if you had like a contract kind of thing where you need as much, certain amount of iron to make a sale kind of
No, no,
thing.
I'm
So,
just kind of collecting it, and when I catch a guy in town, he sees, he's the next time I see you, like he said he'd be in on Wednesday, so I'm just trying to collect as much as I can by Wednesday. I'm not really
oh, okay,
pushing,
okay.
but at the same time, it's
Well, we actually don't want the iron. All I want is the carbon. So if that, I mean,
sure.
I'll definitely take the carbon off you.
Okay, give me. I've got more to go get, but I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the the Yuga out front, so it's still got stuff in it.
Oh, right, right.
I'm making it tomorrow night, Pinky. I'm making. I'm gonna do it because I had to empty out my fridge, and now that my fridge is empty, I want it because that's just always the way it is. Let me put that in. I hate that you can't carry an ounce, and it won't let you take out anything else.
Right. Yeah, no.
Okay, I got 10 more stone to crack if you want to wait till I'm done with that.
Yep, yep, no worries.
But I got 29 so far. Yeah, tomorrow night I'm making chicken quesadillas. Gonna saute fry some mushrooms, some onions, some green pepper, and then the chicken, of course. Saute up the chicken. You replace all my cheese. All my cheese. I had to throw out all my cheese. All because I don't have a big enough cooler for everything. Put some sour cream on it, some cream cheese, my hot sauce. Got flour tortillas. You don't put onions? It's got to be either red Vidalias or the sweet yellow. Oh, come on, not again. Nope, we're back. Okay. It's these buildings. Anytime I'm in these buildings, it starts to crap up my graphics. I keep freaking doing disk cleanup. Yeah, I really should save my carbon for Bob, but you know, $25 now versus $10 later. Even though it's for Mr. Frapples, it's kind of like, yeah, no, I'm gonna take the good deal now that I can get some good cash while they're still, you know. So 31 times 25. Now I gotta find his ass. Where's he at? Oh, come on, where'd he go? Oh, there you are. So I got 31.
Okay. Oh, that's iron. I don't want the iron.
Oh, I gave you the wrong thing. Just hand that back to me.
Nope.
I'm wrong. I got 51.
51. Huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it down on the ground. Make sure, because you pass stuff back and forth too much, it stuff disappears.
Right, right.
And my special number is 349.
There you are.
Thank you so much.
Are you gonna be doing this for a little while?
Um, Probably,
Okay.
unless
Well, I was
unless my
gonna go clock
grandkid
in.
unless my grandkid goes and grabs me and has me go and doing stuff with him.
Right, right. Yeah, I was thinking about clocking in at Pizza This, but if you're gonna continue this, you can just drop it off to me there, and I'll buy it each time, each round. It's kind of on your way back to the place, so
Yeah, that'll work.
and you can get some food and drinks while you're there. You know.
Yep, yep.
Alrighty.
Well, I
Well,
always,
I
I always
appreciate the business.
before I do anything, I always if Pizza This is open, I always try to stop there and grab two pizzas anyway. I mean,
Right,
you
right.
know, so you know that.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
in almost most nights.
Well, like I said, just keep me in mind. Actually, do I have your number?
I don't know.
No, I do not.
Let
Let me
me
give you
shoot
my
you.
number.
Share contact.
Alrighty. Yeah, just give me a call if you ever need to get rid of something, or if you need something, let me know, and we might have
All
it
right.
for you. So.
Oh, Chris, yeah, you talked to my grandkid about buying well, he talked to you about it, but the key thing. If I see him, I'll give him your number so that he knows to call you. That you had somebody that might want the key.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. I just need to know what key it is.
I'm not sure if he knows that.
If it's a rusty key or a small key, or it should say on it. It should tell you what kind of key.
Yeah, I'll ask him. Actually, let me see if he's still.
Okay.
Daryl. Daryl. Let me check see if he's still in the city. Nope, not in the city at the moment.
Okay, not a problem. Yeah, just let me know what kind of key we will. If it's a certain type of key, we will definitely pay pretty hefty for it. So
Okay. I
I
will
just
let
need
him
to
know.
know. Alrighty. Like I said, I'll be at pizza this, so anytime you get more carbon, just stop by and I'll grab it. Don't matter the amount. So,
Sure.
all right.
Actually, I want to see if there's one other person in, and they might know it. Let's see. Give Otis a call.
And you have a
Nope.
laser drill, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah. I'm borrowing it from my grandkid, but yeah, I've got one to use.
Right. Right. Okay. All right. I'll see you around.
Yep. Yep. Oh no, they're cooked onions. I saute the onions. I don't put them in raw. I'm not a big fan of raw onions myself, unless they're in a salad. Then it's got to be like the red Vidalias. Do do do. 51 times 20. I gotta double check that math. Fifty-one times 25. No, that was right. Okay. Yeah, it was 1275. All that cleaning I did today and all the bleach just give me a freaking migraine. I hate scrubbing walls and stuff. You end up breathing in so much damn, like, chemicals. Also, I think I need to use my... I'll have to do that before. What time is it? What's he doing that he's not in the city? What is he doing? Should really sign in and actually look like I'm online. He's not even in the city. He's not in any game at the moment. I wonder what he's doing. Not what I wanted to do. Go lay down. Come up and lay down. Come up and lay down. Come on. Come on up. Come on. There you go. Good boy. Dickie, you make a better door than you do a window, please. Lay down. The little one, my little Yorkie, laid at the foot of my footstool for my legs, and that's usually where the older one lays. He's slightly bigger too, about 10 pounds. So the old fart won't hop up on the leg of the chair because the little one's in the way, and he knows I'll yell at him if he tries to lay down on top of his head, which he's done in the past. So I tell him to get up on the arm of my chair that I don't use. So the little one then stands up and stands in the way of my screen. So annoying. I have 6 people watching. 5 people probably, but... And again, this thing is switched to top chat. I want all messages visible. But yeah, I try to make my own like they're not quesadillas. They are, but they aren't. I did it again. It's all the same stuff that you put in a quesadilla in the same fashion, except that when I don't do the whole folded over thing. I do, but I don't. I turn them basically into hot pockets. I fold them like an envelope. I'm not sure if you know how to fold. If you guys know how to fold it, like make your own envelope. Where you take a square piece of paper, you fold the bottom up, and then the sides over, and then the top over. Well, I do that with the quesadilla, essentially making a pocket. So they're quesadilla hot pockets that I make. I won't buy like the. I don't like hot pockets. I don't like their dough. I don't know why. Their dough gives me indigestion. It's not the ingredients. It's the like the guts of a hot pocket. It's specifically their dough. Any of the hot pockets. I've never liked hot pockets. I bought them on occasion because it was the only thing I could get and the only thing I could afford. Only thing that was like in the machine that I would willingly eat if I was at work or if I was at school. Back when I was going to a university that actually had a lunchroom, and I didn't want anything else, and they were at a cup of noodle. And yeah, I've like never liked Hot Pockets. I'm not a big fan of Pop-Tarts either. Love toaster strudels though. The puff pastry toaster strudels, I do like them. Because that's actual pastry. Whereas Pop-Tarts, nah. The dough's too chalky tasting to me. Pretty much the same reason I don't like Kraft macaroni and cheese. The powdered. I'm not a big fan of sweet and sour. I prefer General Tso's. The spicy sesame. I can eat sweet and sour chicken. It's just not my favorite. I prefer General Tso's with the chili sauce, the chili pepper sauce. An amateur, don't joke about that. I'm not kidding. You're joking. I know you're joking. Most people know that you're joking, but where I grew up, the local Chinese place got shut down because they were actually butchering roadkill and putting it in their food and calling it like beef or chicken or whatever. And they got caught out when they were raided and they found like deer and nobody had a hunting license and they couldn't prove where they got the deer meat from. And they also had in their trash can they had some collars with tags on them. So our actual Chinese restaurant where I grew up was actually substituting meat with roadkill and people's pets. Welcome to Hillbilly, New Jersey. But hey, I've had roadkill deer. My dad was not above If he saw, if he, the thing is that if you're gonna get a deer that's been clipped by a car, you don't get one that's been lying there for hours. That's disgusting. The meat's gone putrid. It's a waste. But if you actively saw the deer getting hit, then yeah, what the hell? Why not? My dad watched a. We were coming home from one of my martial arts classes. I couldn't have been more than 12 years old, I think. And we were crossing over this mountain called Montana Mountain, where I grew up in New Jersey. And we're on this road, Montana Mountain Road. And it's this big open. At the top of the mountain, there's this big open area with a bunch of cornfields, and deer cross there all the time. My dad watched for them all the time. Had me watch for them all the time. And we were going along one day, and a pickup truck was ahead of us. And just as we were crossing over, the truck in front of us clipped a deer's head. Like a deer had stuck its head out into the road. Truck clipped it clean. And I don't doubt it. I really don't. And so my dad saw the deer get hit in the head, and it kind of staggered, and then dropped over in the ditch, the side of the road. So my dad stops, waits for the truck, because one deer does that. There's probably more deer coming across. So while we're waiting, three more does, cross the street with a couple of fawns. And doe season had just started. So my dad goes, all right, get in the back, lay down in the back seat, open up that tarp in the back. And we pulled up to where the deer went down. The truck is gone. We opened up the back. We put the tarp down. I helped my dad haul the deer up into the truck. The deer is not dead. It was knocked unconscious. We didn't know that it had only gotten hit hard enough to knock it unconscious. So as we're pulling it up, and it's like dead weight, flopping, it's just flop, flop, flop. No, not flopping around like flopping, but like pick it up, drop, and it just. So we assumed it was dead. My dad even went over, checked, poked it a couple times. It didn't get up, didn't look like it was breathing. And as I'm pulling it up, I goes, Dad, I heard it breathe. And it's like, are you sure? I go, yeah, I'm pretty sure. So my dad quickly reaches into a cubby along the side of the back of the truck where he keeps a lot of his gear, takes out a hammer and a buck knife. His hunting knife, which is a freaking 4-inch blade, razor sharp. We're told never touch it. Whips it out of the sheath, takes puts the pommel next to, like, right behind the ear, puts the blade right behind the ear, takes the hammer, pank, right on the back of the metal stamp, the back end of the hilt, the butt of the hilt, drives the blade into the hilt, into the back of the deer's head, kills it. As it starts to wake up, so its eyes opened as my dad did this in front of me. What sucked was that I was still in my martial arts clothes, because I changed when I got home. It was like most kids do. And blood spurted out onto my uniform, and my dad goes, shit, your mom's gonna be pissed. You're gonna have to soak that thing for days to get the blood out. So we ended up having to soak my uniform in bleach, never quite got the stains all out. I had blood stains across, like a zip line across my shirt, my top, my shirt front. For the uniform, it was bad. Gotta ask it, so what happened. Had to not lie, but my dad's just don't tell anybody we got a roadkill deer. Just tell like if you get asked like what happened, you just, somebody set something like a rusty ham or like something rusty got laid on top of that. You didn't notice until the last minute. You know, that kind of crap. What the hell? Why'd I just break my own window? Damn it. Not necessarily to do, you jackass. Yeah, we're gonna do this real quick though, because we might get lucky and get... I haven't done this in a while. My dad didn't fail. It's just that, the deer happened to pick its head up just as he did it and wake up. And so it kind of woke up as he was doing it. So it was it was a clean hit. It just, a little off target, a little, no, when he did it, it snorted out like its last breath and sprayed me with, blood. Blood came out of its nose and it went, essentially snot snorted blood all over my shirt front. I hit that guy's car on purpose. He called me an asshole, so I smacked it. Yeah, my dad wasn't expecting the deer to still be alive after it got clipped by like a F350 pickup truck, clean in the side of the head, just like pow. And this deer was still alive. It just kind of caught him off guard. So he wasn't expecting it to get the frick back up. I think it was more. He was just surprised that it. I think I get more. I think I get, for my time, I get more iron out of doing scrapping. The carbon's nice, but eh. I get more doing scrap. Did she just yell money for cat food? Okay, we've been live for about 2 hours. Not counting time hanging out. So for a total of 2 hours work. I stopped at the light. Actually, with this fog, I thought I overshot. Let's make it even worse. Oh yeah, my dad had a hunting license. So we just took the next day. My dad, that night we hung the deer, gutted it, cleaned it. Next day, took it to the local butcher's slash game warden's shop, because where I lived, on one side of the river was the game warden. On the other side of the river was the butcher shop that my dad used. Growing up until I was like most of the way through high school, we didn't buy red meat through most of the winter. Occasionally steak, but most hamburger, we used deer. It was 50% or 75% deer meat. Most of the red meat in the house is 75% deer. Deer steaks, deer chops, roasts, all of it deer. Deer, squirrel, rabbit. Occasionally he'd go pheasant hunting, and we get pheasant, roast pheasant. And then we come down south to visit a relative, and you'd be told, make sure you check, you ask two things. One, was it a fresh kill? Two, did you get all the buckshot out of it? Actually, yes, did you get all the buckshot out of it first? If they said, yeah, don't worry about buckshot, then you ask, was it a fresh kill? And, because there's a good chance with some of my family that it was a fresh kill, but it wasn't shot with a gun or any other normal hunting weapon, like a bow or a crossbow or something like that. It was like, clipped by a car. I've eaten skunk, I've eaten gator, I've eaten pheasant, turkey, quail, guinea hen, peahen. There's very few game animals that I haven't eaten. Never got the chance to have moose or bear at my grandfather's house, but or my uncle's, my dad's older brother's place in upstate New York. But I was offered, but by that time I wouldn't eat red meat or beef of any kind or any kind of red meat. I have an aversion to red meat, even like chicken. I prefer lean, non muscle. Best way to put it, because that's what makes red meat red. It's muscle. So even like thigh and leg in chicken, if I have a choice, I won't get it. I prefer wing. I prefer breast meat for most game animals, most game birds. Yeah, they keep saying the hunting is fixed in the game too, and I gotta get up there and get my hunting license so Grandpa can start hunting. That's one of the things they keep saying is fixed. Yeah, I haven't purposely eaten more than a pound of red meat in over a decade. The last time I had red meat was some beef taquitos that I bought by accident. They sat in my freezer for 6 months. My nephew never ate them, and I kind of only ate them because I had nothing else to eat and no money to buy food. So it was eat or don't eat kind of situation. And I shared them with my dogs, who loved them. That was that was right before COVID. That was during COVID. That was in the summer of 2020. Last time I purposely ate red meat was summer of 2020, and I had less than a pound. And that was because at the time I couldn't work, had no money, and was struggling bad. Um, and then right after I got my disability money, and now I'm on disability, and I only have to work a certain amount of hours. And why am I stressed? Oh, I actually love top ramen and ramen noodles, but prefer like chicken. Can't eat fish. Can't eat shrimp. So I am limited to. I am what they call poultarian. I only eat poultry meat. Can't eat. I can't touch most seafood. Seafood, not fish. I can touch freshwater fish as long as it is a freshwater only fish. Like something like salmon that it moves both between the sea and the rivers. I can't touch those guys. Whatever makes saltwater fish, and freshwater fish. Uh, Whatever's in their skin, when their scales, like the oils and stuff they emit, I'm allergic to. I anaphylaxis. I break out in hives and then choke to death. No fun. Yeah, I made 120 iron scrap in that. It's not worth it. Even though I can get the this will help with my stress. Even though because I have pet fish, so I can physically touch fish as long as they're freshwater fish and not crustaceans. I can't touch like a shellfish. So like, I can't touch a lobster, can't touch a crab. Yet when I was a little kid, my mother tells me about how I was like 1, 2 years old eating freaking oysters raw, and clams raw before they could stop me and hurt them freaking out because it's a family allergy, the whole fish thing and seafood. And I swore for decades growing up that I was allergic to fish and seafood. And my dad's telling me it's all in your head, it's all in your head. And then come to find out in my mid 20s, I went from just having a strong aversion to most fish, whereas I just got like I had like an asthma reaction and just a stomach, like my body would just eject it. The minute I realized if I knew it was fish, I'd throw up. Tuna fish was one of the few fish that I could eat, and I couldn't eat a lot of it without getting nauseous. I loved tuna fish salad. Loved it. Can't have it no more. Because now it gives me hives and anaphylaxis. I choked to death. And somebody goes to me, it was stupid. It's a food allergy. Hey, why don't you carry an EpiPen? Because it's a food allergy. So, you should carry an EpiPen if you're that allergic to something like that. Go, that or I just don't fucking eat seafood or fish. Or shellfish. It's that simple. Hey, my brother had breathing problems if somebody was eating peanut butter in the room. You know what he did? He left the room. Not this pussyfied, you're a terrorist because you brought a peanut butter and jelly sandwich into the school. You're a terrorist. You're trying to kill people. Fuck you, it's a sandwich. You knew little Tommy's allergic to fish. I'm not even in little Tommy's grade. Why the fuck does that little turd determine what I eat? Couldn't believe that when I heard that like peanut butter sandwiches are banned in most schools. That's all I ate for most of my elementary and high school because I could not stand processed deli meat and would not eat anything else but peanut butter and jelly. Hate processed deli meat. Hate it. It's gotta be like it's gotta be freaking like I have to go to the deli itself and get it. I can't get the stuff that's prepackaged, like the Hormel or anything. Stuff packed in oil and shit. Ugh. Just ugh. And now kids are not allowed to have peanut butter and jelly because you're a terrorist if you have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich now in school. Because little Tommy, 3 grades down, and he doesn't even have lunch during the same time of day as you might get sick. Fucking pussy. My brother was deathly allergic to peanut butter. You know what I had most days at school? Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Guess why I had peanut butter and jelly? Because my brother wouldn't steal my fucking lunch. I knew it was one lunch my brother wouldn't walk over and steal from me. most kids wouldn't steal your peanut butter and jelly sandwich because it was too plain. It wasn't, I've heard that. I've never had it. I couldn't. I can't eat it. I never. Even now, you could try to convince me to eat it. I won't touch it because I'm allergic to tuna. I can't even eat that much peanut butter anymore. It gives me indigestion. The oil gives me indigestion. I can't eat more than like 2 or 3 sandwiches. I used to kill like half a loaf of bread eating peanut butter and jelly. I put away like 6 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches at a sitting. Used to do that no problem. Now I can't have more than like 2 or 3. Used to eat peanut butter with a spoon. Kill half a jar. My mom would like. And now it's still like even though I'm the one buying it, so I know whether or not I've got enough. My mother had ever caught me with a like peanut butter and a spoon. She like I that's one of the few times I'd get slapped by her. She wouldn't. My mother was not the disciplinarian. She made the rules. She did not discipline us very often. It was my dad. It's always, my mom made the rules, dad enforced them. So, yeah, a couple of times my mom caught me with peanut butter and a spoon. It was one of the few times I can remember get my hands smacked or my face slapped by my mom. But even now, like, I'm 40. I'm gonna be 40 freaking 8 years old in June, and I think like, what do I want for dinner? And like, I've got peanut butter, but I've got no bread. And it never occurs to me, hey, you've got peanut butter and you've got spoons, and your mom ain't around. You can eat the peanut butter right off the spoon. You don't have to have a peanut butter sandwich or peanut butter jelly sandwich or whatever. Because my mom, like, it was like my mother smacking us was like one of the most terrifying things that could happen in my house. Because she just that was not her. You had to have really fucked up for my mom to hit us. My dad, man, he was the one who spanked us. He was, they made that decision when we were being, like, they made that decision as parents, when they got married. But who I learned peanut butter on a spoon from? My dad. My dad would do it. It's a quick snack. Just get one of the big spoons out of their drawer. Big old scoop of peanut butter. Here, eat this. And my mom yelled at him. I've never seen my dad stammer so much. That was one of the few times I've seen my dad backpedal. What? It's no big deal. It's just peanut butter. It's not going to hurt him. We don't have that much weight. How much peanut butter costs? It's because she was the one who paid the bills. She's the one who went grocery shopping. So, she'd budgeted, we were not poor. But even in the 80s, 3 kids, 2 cars. We went on vacation technically 3 times a year. Then, as a family, we went on vacation 3 times a year. Technically. We went on 2 vacations to Virginia, in Winchester, Virginia, twice a year for about 4 or 5 days in the spring and fall. First week of May, first week of October. For an event for my dad's hobby, for his competition, black powder target shooting thing. And then we went on a family vacation in the summer. And then my parents went on a vacation right after, usually end of January, beginning of February, usually once they determine how much money they got from their income taxes. My mother was a registered nurse. My dad was a shipping receiving clerk. He was technically an assistant manager of the department, or one of the upper management of the department. And I don't know, amateur. It wasn't feminists that did that. It wasn't feminists that did the whole peanut butter thing that ruined it, like for kids in school. It's helicopter parents, my generation. The oh, you can't keep score. That would ruin the kids' morale. Yeah, every kid kept score. Kids knew they lost or they were shit. You can't. Every kid gets a turn at bat. Every kid should be allowed to play. Not if your kid's shit. Sorry, the world does not work that way. And we did it. My generation. My generation fucked up kids. We are the worst parents. Period. My generation were the worst parents. Period. We turned our kids into little whiny bitches. Because, yeah, our parents worked. And we didn't want, my mom we got home from school at 2:30, 3 o'clock. My mom left the house at 3 p.m. to go to work. She worked full time as a nurse, which meant 4 days a week and 3 days a week. She did 10-hour shifts and did 70 hours every 2 weeks as a full time. 70 hours every 2 weeks. But my dad was home every night to cook for us. My dad took me to martial arts class. My dad took my brother to baseball, football, basketball. My sister went to ballet, tap, jazz, played sports, all that shit growing up. And then towards the end of the 90s, or the beginning of the 90s, he started all that participation trophy bullshit. It was one of the first kids of my generation were starting to become parents. And they started all that participation trophy bullshit. And, and there was an incident where I went to a tournament that was being put on by my own school. My school sponsored the tournament. And during the tournament, and I was second ranked for my age. At 16, I was second in the upper United States for Taekwondo. Sparring, breaking, and at the tournament, one of my own instructors disqualified me because I was headhunting, which they taught me. And headhunting in Taekwondo is where you use extremely high kicks aimed at the head. And I was good. I used to back kids off. Kids twice my size. I was fast. I was fast and I could go high. And I was jumping up. I was doing jump kicks. And I had this thing where I would start a kick where it's the terms are probably going to go over people's heads. I would get my, not back in the corner, but I would get to a point where I'd anytime I came near the edge of the mat, I would throw a high kick, roundhouse, at the kid's head to back him off. Good foot distance between his face and my foot, just to back him off. But I would follow up that roundhouse where I would, as soon as it went past his head, I would drop my foot in a leap, land on the front foot, jump again off of that foot, bring my right leg back around, and throw an axe kick, which is where it swings out and then straight down the middle of my body at the kid's face. And it would back them off. It's called a double jump axe kick. And I was good at them. I did them for tournaments. I did them for showcases. I could jump and I was only I remember, I was 16. I was only 5 foot tall. And I was jumping 7 feet. My head was clearing 7, 8 feet in the air. They had me doing tournaments and had me doing what do they call those, exhibition matches. Not anymore. I broke my body. When I was 28 years old, March of 2004, when I was 28, I had a very, very bad bicycle accident. I was still teaching Taekwondo at the time. I could do a full Russian split. If you've ever seen the movie Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme, where he puts his legs between two chairs and does a split where his feet are actually a little above his hips, I could do that split. And do the turns, where you turn over each leg and then lean his body over the leg. I could do that at 28. And I was not a gymnast. Jean-Claude Van Damme, when he did the movie Bloodsport, was not a martial artist. He was a gymnast and a stuntman that they picked out just for his looks and because he could do the moves and look pretty. Because the guy who he was portraying was not a pretty man. I've met the dude. The dude is not a pretty looking man. He was not, Dukes was not a good looking dude. The actual Dukes guy. Give me a second. I'm gonna mute my mic so I can take my nasal spray and not snort and snot and nasal. But yeah, I used to be, kids like, and I actually did an exhibition at my school, my freshman year of high school, where I performed that split in front of my entire class halfway through my freshman year. For the rest of my freshman year, none of the boys fucked with me. And all the girls, especially the cheerleaders, asked me to help them with how to do the stretching and stuff because they were surprised a boy could do a full front split and turn over my leg and then lean my entire front butt over my leg. I can touch my forehead to my knee. Uh, yeah, 1989, my freshman year of high school, I performed that split between two chairs as part of my that English class your freshman year of high school. You have to do the public speaking. I think it was like about that's time, April, May of about the end of the year of my freshman year. So the last 2 months of school, 3 months of school, kids left me alone because they're like, "Holy shit, he just did that move from that movie. That was so cool." And I showed them how high I literally, like, my English teacher was a dude who took martial arts, who'd been to tournaments, who saw me spar, who saw me break boards, knew what I could do. And when I was trying to decide what to do for a because what the hell did I know? I was 14. What the hell do I know how to do? Because you got to do public speaking, and you got to talk about something, describe how you do something. I had no clue. He's like, do a walkthrough of your martial arts. I go, but why? He's like, okay. That's when he told me he'd seen me. I know what you can do. I also know these kids pick on you. If you do even a third of what you can do in your classes, in your tournaments, these kids will probably leave you alone, and it'll help with them not picking on you as much. Okay. So yeah, I did the Von Damme between two chairs split routine, and then I jumped up and broke a board that was, and the teacher, he was 6'5". He held the board above his head level, and I did the kick from Karate Kid. But I added in 2 extra steps because I didn't do the straight up kick because you can only kick about head high with that. So I did a running up double jump front snap kick, which is what we call the crane kick from Karate Kid. I didn't do the hands up bullshit. I went straight from a fighting pose, what we call cat stance, where you have front foot slightly off the ground, rear foot planted flat, a little bit of a bounce to your step, and then hands up, defensive pose, and 1, 2, 3 steps because you didn't have much room inside the school to do this stuff because you're in the classroom. Barefoot, on tile, freaking cold ass tile too. I still remember that, and broke the board he was holding, and it was a good 6, 7, 6 is good. It's like it was a good. It had to be at least 6 feet, 10, 11 inches off the ground, almost 7 feet off the ground. Broke it one shot. Now what? Now the kids who saw that, my bullies, they went, "Oh shit!" What they didn't know is that we pre-treat for effect for tournament for not as much for tournaments because you don't bring your own boards to a tournament; they provide them. But for exhibitions, you bring your own boards. So what you do is you razor cut one side of the board so that it doesn't look broken or cut through, but it's got a razor blade slash about a third of the way through the board. So that's that much easier to break. So it looked really cool, barely took me any effort. I barely tapped that board. I hit it with some force, but not not compared to what I would normally have to hit it with at class or at a tournament. And of course, the guy holding it is also putting pressure on it. Now, the way you see it, you're only seeing the side of the board, so you don't see the flex point in the center where it's already got a split in it. But the person breaking the board can see it, and so can the person holding it. So they bend it just enough to start the crack, and then you smack it as hard as you can to break it. We do it for the little kids, and we do it for exhibitions to show off. They pre-cut the boards. Tournaments, not so much. You don't do that at tournaments because, well, maybe for the little kids, but not for a kid who's like 12, 15, who's been in it for a while. Yeah, I actually they attempted to recruit me when I was 16, the end of my sophomore year. There was an attempt to recruit me to try out for the American Olympic team. I got attempted to recruit by Chuck Norris because he was going around. At the time, they were not, the American Olympic team organization was not the greatest. It's still not the greatest. We are not the best when it comes to organizing our Olympic teams. And they were going to have a big competition to determine who went on to the Olympics. What team organizers believed was that your team would go as a team. So guys were going around recruiting the best for certain age groups. 16, you had to be like 16 years old. I just made the cutoff. Because I would be 18 by I think the time the Olympics happened. But they were recruiting like 2 years before. And I told Chuck Norris, no, I want to go to college. Freaking moron. I should have gone. I also told another guy who was also one of the Olympic recruiters, nope, don't have any interest in doing the Olympics. Not interested, sorry. And then they came to find out that no, what they did was they held a competition where it was a elimination system. So only like two guys from two people that Chuck Norris actively recruited ever got to go to the Olympics. One of them was from Trenton, New Jersey. Is it Trenton or Flemington, New Jersey? Might have been Flemington, New Jersey. But he's from New Jersey as well. Different school than me, and he actually was a year older, two older, so he wasn't in the same age bracket as me either. I'd seen him a couple of times at tournaments, but never competed against him. We weren't old, they don't start putting together like, 20 to 30-year-olds. It's usually like, oh, you're 12, so you spar 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds. Oh, you're 14, you're sparring the 14 and 15-year-olds. They don't start doing like 20 to 30-year-olds this way, 30 to 40-year-olds this way. They don't start doing the like 10-year difference until you're in the above 18 or above 20-year-olds. But he ended up opening up his own school, and I ended up making friends with one of his students that was doing Renaissance like Renaissance fairs and live action role playing games with me, and tabletop games. And this guy had his students. Most of them couldn't kick above their waist, and I literally looked at him and went, "Seriously, this is what you call taekwondo?" And it was just like, "Yeah, what's the problem?" I said, "Man, I could take every one of your kids right now, and I haven't practiced in over a year." And and my and then he called me on it, and he said, "Fine, you know what? After hours, when you come back to because I was just hanging out, waiting for my friend to finish class, and the kid was like, he was 17, I was 20, and I'd taken a year off uh, for school because I'd started back to high school and I had to take a year off, and not high school, college. I went back to college at 20 after high school, and so I went back. And he says, "I'll spar you. If you can beat me, I won't say anything else." And I kicked his ass because his, I'm not kidding. He went. I go in. I've got on a pair of sweatpants and a t-shirt because I didn't have a fitted gi at the time. He's in t-shirt and gi pants. We weren't like formal or anything. But then he proceeds to put on like full body gear, like he's going into He's got on the big poofy like armor chest piece, the big poofy gloves, big poofy leg covering, big poofy hat, the helmet they wear, and I'm walking in no armor. Stretching, and he's, "Oh, didn't you bring pads?" I go, "Pads? Oh, you use pads? Really? You're a freaking third-degree black belt, and you're wearing pads? What the crap?" And so like, we only wore pads when we were kids. I stopped wearing pads when I turned 16 and started training with the adults. We don't wear pads. Who wears pads as an adult? Come on. What are you, a pussy? And he would spar me. He goes, I concede. Because you're going to break me. You're going to break my bones. Like, you're going to hit, I go, and my buddy was there. He's like, "Sir, why are you conceding the match?" And he looked up to this guy, and he goes, "He doesn't wear pads." He goes, "Okay, what's that mean?" That means he's used to hitting bone to bone when sparring, meaning he's used to blocking using his actual forearms, his actual legs, his actual, my ribs, I was used to getting hit. Meaning I was going to be faster. I was going to be stronger than him. Because he's wearing padding. And padding slows you down. Padding makes you pull your punches. They proved, it's actually an interesting fact. They proved in regards to sparring, if you're taught to spar wearing pads, when you come into a real combat situation as a martial artist, and you're not used to hitting flesh to flesh, your body, you pull your punches. You expect to hit sooner than you do because you've got a good like inch and a half of foam rubber between the impact point and your leg. So when you swing through and you're expecting your power hit to come in an inch, and you're overextending. You pull ligaments, you overextend your muscles, so you start pulling your punches, because your body's telling you your leg's here, yet you hit there, and if you're too used to that, when you try to spar without pads, and your body now is used to pads, you'll pull a muscle, you'll yank, you'll tear something, you'll over hyperextend a ligament and shit. And I was used to literally like if we wore them at all, a quarter inch of foam rubber and cloth. Or, maybe we wore gloves on our fists, like cloth, like covering gloves like they use for boxers, for training on a bag. We never wore pads. We never wore helmets. Yeah, clipped in the head, it means you didn't block. Why didn't you block? I still remember my black belt test. I'd never sparred 3-on-1 before. Never. They didn't do it. I didn't know why they never did it. Every other person training for their black belt had sparred 3-on-1. Me, the 16-year-old, they chuck into the. We're going to have your test for your black belt test. My dad's like, why? Doesn't he have to be 17? Well, he turns 17 in June. He tests now with everybody else. And by the time we get the paperwork done, he'll be 17. And my dad's like, okay. It's like right after Christmas. So it was like I tested in like some of the coldest freaking months. February, March, April, I tested. Because it was 3 tests over 3 months' time. First one was forms and your knowledge. Second one was sparring. Not sparring. Second one was the first one was forms and a question. They asked you a bunch of shit ton of questions. Second test was board breaking, and oh my god, did I ruin my feet that day? Oh, because the freaking idiots they had holding the boards. And I broke toes during my black belt test. They didn't expect me to come back the next month for my sparring test, which means I would have failed. And my dad says, I did not just spend $500 for you not to show up. You're going. So I show up, and they didn't think I was gonna go. They thought I was gonna bail out because during my board breaking test the month before, I'd broken 4 toes in my right foot because the guys holding the boards were holding them wrong. So I was doing, again, a running double jump from snap kick, where you run, basically the swan kick, but with a run up, and jumping where I was jumping 8 feet in the air and kicking the board. And the guys holding the board were standing on chairs, and they moved. They freaking moved on me. I would line up the break, and I knew exactly where to go. So I would line it up, take my run steps. I'd walk back the number, like the distance, the quick run up that I do. I used to do this for tournaments. I used to do this for exhibitions. I had this down to a freaking science. The guys they had holding the boards were not new, but they never held the boards for me before, so they were a little anxious. It was also like they were the tallest guys, so they just grabbed them. And these guys were like, one guy was a white belt, the other guy was a green belt or something. So it's not like they really long term in the classes. So they were a little about holding the board. The black belts were all telling them how to do it, and they walked them through it. And I said, just don't move. And they fucking moved. And I cracked all, like, my big toe, my 3 other toes, not the pinky toe, all the other toes. I hit them hard enough that I cut the ligaments on the pointer, the toe next. What's the toe next? What is that toe called? Common name for toe next to big toe. The ring toe, I guess. That's not right. Yeah, except first toe, also known as the hallux. Big toe, the long toe. The long toe, the toe next to my big toe. I hit it hard enough that I broke the bone and damaged where the ligaments attach. So now it's crooked. It's kind of bent to it. We're not like left or right. It's actually bent down like it's hooked. Like you take your finger and hook your first knuckle. It's literally like my tip of my finger is currently pointed. Like it would be as if your pointer finger, if you held it out and hold it right before that first knuckle and bent your first knuckle down, That's what my toe looks like. It looks like it's straight, and then my toe just goes down. Because I broke it, and it healed wrong, and it healed where the ligament had detached. So now it won't straighten out. I'd have to go in and have it like cut and then repositioned, and they'd have to break the toe again. And it's not worth it. It doesn't affect anything. But I'd caused blood blisters so badly on all the toes that because that first one hurt. And it's like, okay, all right. They know that it's the first thing out of my master's mouth, and this dude was 80 years old, straight out of North Korea, had taught Marines during the Korean War. And I mean, I'll tell you a story about that in a sec. But this man was one of the last South Koreans to go to one of North Korea's temples to learn Taekwondo. The traditional temples that are in North Korea can't be accessed by South Korea. Haven't been able to since the Korean War. He was one of the last ones to graduate from the temples as a black belt. And he told us some stories. And this man was in his 80s. Little man. I mean, he was 5 foot nothing. I don't even know if he was 5 foot. I can't really remember. He was short. Even to me as a kid, he was short. He was not a tall man. Little dude. Like Mr. Miyagi little. Like smaller, shorter than the Mr. Miyagi from the original Karate Kid. Just a short little guy. Awesome man. Awesome man. I love Master Park. His name is Master Young K. Park. He actually grandmastered. The only way you get grandmaster in Taekwondo from the traditional Taekwondo Korean Taekwondo Association is age. You can't earn it except by getting old. And he got it and he had to go back to Korea. 75 years old. He went back to Korea to get his grandmaster's degree, which is honorary. You don't earn that shit. You're given it purely for being an old bastard. So, Master Park, the first things out of his mouth when I hit the board, and you heard the clack of my toes hitting. And I landed, and I hear him yelling, "Don't move!" I'm like, and I look at him, and I'm like, sir? He's like, "No, you go okay. They move. You go do again." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." I'm like, shit, what did I do wrong? Why am I getting yelled at? They're the ones who screwed up. They moved on me at the last second. And I saw him move too, and he yelled at them, "No move!" He did it like 3 times where he yelled at them, "Don't move. Don't move. You don't move. He'd put you there, you don't move." Still remember that. And then, so like the second time I hit solid, but they had it flat, so it didn't break. Instead of it being tilted, so my toes didn't connect, my foot didn't connect, it hit with the tips of my toes, not the ball of my foot, so it didn't break properly. It didn't break because they had it flat, and they were holding it flat instead of slightly angled, so the ball of my foot would connect. And then the third time I hit solidly, they held it properly, but I didn't hit it with enough force. But I hit it with enough force to burst every blood blister on my foot. And I had 6 or 7. 1 each on the bottom of on my big toe and the next 2 toes, and then 4 more, 1 on top of each of the toes, except for my pinky toe. It's the weirdest thing is only my pinky toe was not hurt or broken. And I looked, and I'm stepping back, and I'm looking, trying to see my foot, and I had my glasses off. And I wear glasses. I'm nearsighted. I can't see far distances. But to break boards, to focus for some reason when I was doing distance stuff with breaking boards, I had to take my glasses off to focus better. It's weird. I focused better with my glasses off. So I have my glasses off. I can't see my feet clearly. And but as I stepped back from the board and I'm looking at the board, I saw a red spot on the board, and I'm looking down at my foot, and I'm backing up, and I'm looking down, I'm backing up, and looking down, backing up, looking down, and I repositioned the board, and I'm looking at my foot, and my master goes, "What you looking? Why you stall? Come on, come on, go, just go, because he knew the more time I took, the less likely I was going to be to break the board, because the more time, the more pain you're in, the more likely you're going to be to pull your punch or your kick. You're not going to have as much power. Your adrenaline's going to wear off, and you're going to really start to feel that pain. And I'm looking down at my foot. I go, "Sir, I think I'm bleeding." And he goes, "What?" And one of the black belts runs over. His name was Bruce. I still remember him, Black Belt Bruce. He was a cool guy. Ended up becoming a Catholic priest, which is a little weird. He was a state trooper and became a Catholic priest, which was just, huh? But he joined the priesthood, and not for creepy reasons. He was one of the few Catholic priests I think I've met that didn't give me creepy vibes. It's also because I knew him from before. It was like we used to bust his chops when he became a Catholic, because he still took Taekwondo, and he's still teaching. He's still taking classes with us and everything. I said, Reverend, Pastor or Reverend Bruce, what are you gonna do instead of 3 Hail Marys? It was gonna be like, when you come to confession, 3 Hail Marys and 2 side kicks upside your head, or 50 push-ups, because he used to love giving us freaking push-ups as kids when we'd screw around. 50 push-ups. Go do 50 push-ups. Knuckles. 2 knuckles. Only 2 fingers. And do 2 knuckle push-ups, which was 1 finger apiece on your knuckles. So you had to pick a finger and do knuckle push-ups. It sucked because it was on the worst kind of carpet. It wasn't padding. We didn't have padding on our floors. It was concrete covered with rough carpeting, like industrial carpeting. It was as concrete and hard as these floors with rough carpet over top of it. No pads. We didn't have padding. We did fall stuff. It was on concrete. Until somebody's parents complained, and then they got pads. Freaking pussies. But Bruce comes over and he's looking at my foot, and he goes, "Sir, his entire all of his toes are covered in blood." And so then the EMT, who's also one of our black belts, comes over. He's looking at my foot. And he goes, "Yeah, sir, his foot's turning purple." I think he's broken toes. He goes, and my master goes to me. He goes, "You think you can break?" Is like, I want to try it one more time, sir. You try it one more time and then do something else. I know. You guys wear pads, you pussies. But the thing is, with rugby, I've looked at, speaking as an American who also loves British shit, I've watched football and I've watched rugby. Yes, rugby players are brutal. But the impact between 2 football players, modern football players, is they equate the impact of 2 linemen, 2 tacklers, to the equivalent of being hit head on by a car. Rugby, while it is a very vicious sport and very brutal, and I mean they sneak in some pretty dirty tricks. The impact between 2 players, because they don't wear pads, and because they have to be a more versatile type of player. I mean, if you want to look at a good, I know I was as I said, Piggy, I agree with you, but I mean, if you look at how football was played back when I was a kid in the 80s, the amount of pads compared to now, a lot less padding. And you hear even now, if you listen to modern, the impacts sound like cars colliding. And they stated it is the two football players colliding is the impact of getting, like, you're talking about the equivalent of two freaking cars. Yeah, the fridge. Ray Lewis, those guys, I mean, they hit and they weren't wearing as much padding, but they were also more versatile players. They weren't like they're more, older football, like 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s, back during the Iron Man football era when you didn't have special teams, you had a team. And the only thing you did with the team is when you were on the defensive, the quarterback came off. Everybody else stayed. Iron Man football, back when my dad played football, when my dad was 5'10", 2 feet 4 inches across the shoulders, 20-inch neck in high school. I got his size when it came to like neck and shoulders, and a little bit his height, but I was a lot scrawnier. Yeah. But like rugby, those guys aren't just tacklers. They're not just receivers. They're not just quarterbacks. They're not specialized like modern football players are. And these guys, I mean, I met some of these, like, I'll have to tell you that story. So modern football players they're specialized. You don't see, like, you don't see the versatility that older football players would have had to be. Like, yeah, he's a good, he was good for line of scrimmage, and that's it. Oh, he was a lineman. No, that's not what he just did. And like, my dad was not just a lineman. He was a tackle. He was he played 4 or 5 different positions when he played football in high school. And not because they didn't have, enough kids wanting to play, but because that's the way it was played. You had to be able to play 2 or 3 positions. The quarterback was also the kicker, you didn't have like multiple multiple players for the same kind of crap. So the older football is a lot, like, I would equate it a lot more closely to, okay, so how many, okay, close. I did what, like an hour and a half? A little less, an hour? I got 137. Yeah, scrapping, I still get more, honestly, I get more iron from scrapping. 186 scrap metal compared to the 30 I got, yeah. Brass, 125, I got 50. When I was doing yeah, I'm gonna give Daryl back his mining laser because the scrap metal. I make more doing scrap than I do anything else. I collect more. Modern football, I'll give you, has nothing on rugby when it comes to body damage without padding. Like, modern football players would not be able to compete in rugby. But guys guys who were playing when I was a kid, guys who were playing in the 70s, the 60s, 50s, and 40s, back when it was first starting out, I mean, shit, for the first 30 years of football, they didn't have helmets. They played no helmets. A leather cap just to keep your hair out of your eyes. They wore the equivalent of a dunce cap. The crypto sticks are used for nothing. Throw them out, Mad Jay. They are completely useless. They had them in the beginning of the game, and apparently when somebody tried to use them, they broke the economy. Yeah, modern football players, and again, they're taught to pull their punches. Modern football are taught to not hit. Yeah, their hit is hard. Yeah, run, hit. And I, as I said to, I was talking to Hot Dog earlier in his stream. When I was in high school, I was a martial artist. So, and now people look at me, and I'm 6'1", 280 pounds, 267, 65 recently. You know, 260 pounds and change. Um, I'm 2 feet across the shoulders. I have a 19-inch neck. You look at me now, if I'm standing in front of you, you see somebody who played football. I'm barrel-chested and bull-necked, which I got from my father. But all through elementary school and all through high school, I was scrawny. I was little, a lot like my mom's family. So I didn't play football. Football players were my bullies. I hate football. I loathe it. I don't care about it. The only time I care about it is when I'm out working doing Uber Eats because a football game means money. Why did I get out of the car? That's all football means to me. Money. I make more money when there's a football game being played. Because either people are having parties or they're in town and I'm going to be hitting a lot of hotels. But a game in town, like at the stadium at the New Orleans Smoothie King Center, I do shit. Because everybody's at the, I still do well, but I don't do as well. Oh, you did? Well, don't paint it like mine, dang it. I'm the only one that can have the speed buggy paint job. Only I can have speed buggy. And Grandpa will kill you if he sees you with this paint, like yours painted like this. It is fast, though. 105, not even freaking in stock. The only thing I've done to this car is put different tires on it and different hubs. Different rims, different tires. I put off-road tires on it, wider off-road tires, and I think no, I spaced out the front end a little bit better because it was a little the front end was a little further in, and it was a little janky with the turns. No, I barely upgraded mine. I changed the mufflers. All mine's cosmetic. The only thing I've done to it is really. I mean, even on yellow, I'm pushing 100. Yeah, the only thing I've done to it is I put different off-road tires onto it, wider off-road tires, more chunky. I don't know what kind of tires they freaking are. They're just chunkier. I wanted chunkier looking tires. I changed the wheel hubs so they'd look more like the wheel hubs of the cartoon character Speed Buggy, and I changed the pipes in the back. I really do need to get this repaired though, because I'm almost 90% down. Yeah, I got the yellow engine light. It only said like 97% on body, so I must have gotten some pretty good damage to it. Yeah, 105 is the max I've ever gotten it to. Yeah, and I just hit 104 and my engine's at yellow. Going uphill. $105. They are like freaking jumpy. Like you can like zip. If you're quick on the keyboard, or if you use the, I guess, the controller, you can make them bounce through turns and shit. Like the original tires, I would have wiped out in that turn. I know that. That's why I put different tires on it. Oops. Uh-oh. Oh, the engine light? No, I didn't. No, I haven't upgraded it. Why am I going here? I don't have anything to smelt. I overshot. I'm grouping around. I'm reading chat and trying to see how fast I can get it going through the city. But yeah, if you notice, I got chunkier tires on it. Here, let me go and see. There's chunkier tires than the original. Different hubs, like the wheel hubs. I wanted them to look more. When I park, we'll go into my garage. I'll show you all the cars. The only car I don't have. Oh no, I can bring that there. I got to transfer it in once they're up there. But yeah, they're chunkier tires than the original. I even put chunkier like off-road tires on my Jeep. See, watch. I only was making 250. I only had like $630 after all that mining. $630. Now, yeah, I got like the 1575, but I bet you I clear that right now. It's 250. Wait. Do this right. Do this right. Okay, 250. Wait. 250 plus 286 plus 386 plus. Hey, Daniel. 52. So I just cleared $1,000, and I didn't sell everything I brought or everything I had. So yeah, I'm not doing the freaking mining anymore. It's not worth it. I get more iron from doing the recycling, and I get all the other, and I can clear over $900. Whereas I only got like 50 freaking iron and a little bit of carbon, like 50 carbon. I got 31 iron, which translates to like 90 or so. Or any of the, I forget I keep forgetting I did that. Taxi. Pizza. Okay, no. No, I have not done number. I never had the $5,000 handy to buy the crap. And gonna do something real quick, but I'm not supposed to show it because this is something that you're not supposed to do too much. But there are no mechanics on. It's really late at night. Yeah, I just repaired the car, that's all. But we're not supposed to do that too much. I only did it once. I'm not going and busting up the car and then bringing it back. I'm doing one repair on it. See, I'm not concerned about making all kinds of money. It's yeah, I want to make money, but not like I give a crap about making all kinds of money real quick. I would rather do the grind and sit here and be allowed to bullshit with you guys than anything else. And yeah, the lumberyard can be grindy too, but not like grindy where I can like not pay attention to what I'm doing. The the PD ones are in PD. You can use it, but we're not supposed to abuse it. So I only use it if there's absolutely nobody on and I need to fix my car. Like my engine was yellow bad. But I wanted to show what this thing could do in stream as well. But yeah, 104 is kind of the top speed, but not. You can get it to 105, see? Highway 105 is the fastest. I pushed it to 110 one day. And that was downhill, and I was really stressing. The one thing I don't like is straight line is not a straight line because of freaking game. Oops. 105 is not a straight line is not a straight line. So even if you point it straight, it may not stay straight. In my keyboard, my keys are you either push them or you don't push them. There's no flex to my pressure, and so I can't feel the gas. Like if I from what I remember from driving, because I haven't driven a car in like 20 years. I gave up my license in 2000. What I remember of driving, I can't feel like, you know, like I know you get yelled at for quote unquote double clutching. We're not supposed to. Yet in an automatic, that's what you do. You put your foot on the brake, foot on the gas, and pump it. What year did I start playing this game, Silva? March 1st, 2023. Daniel, I had this game for free from Epic Games when it put it out for free for the deluxe edition in 2020, summer 2020, right? Or no, spring of 2020. That's how long I had the game. I've played less than 3 hours of actual GTA 5 online or gameplay story mode. I played enough to get it to go into the ability to do online. I then immediately downloaded 5M and joined a 5M server. That was March 1st of this year. I could give a flying F about GTA. Don't give a shit about cars. I like types of cars. I don't know shit about cars, like, you know, what to really make them do and all that kind of crap. Okay, first thing I got to do is go quick menu, because I got to bring the burrito, transfer, garage, Polito, close. I've been doing, I love the RP. That's why I joined, Silva. And I think we've chatted before in Discord, not Discord, in chats before. Daniel, because I've been in JD's, I've been in... Hell, I was the voice in Jonathan's head for the longest time. Okay, here's something you don't get to see, I don't think, very often in stream. I don't think anybody does this. Okay, here are all my cars. I have the Yuga. I have the Demon Custom Import. I have the Burrito Custom. I have the Bifta. Where's my Winky? And I have the Roosevelt. I'm missing my Winky. Where's my Winky? Give me a second. I gotta go back out. Where's the Winky? No, wait. Oh, that one's also in Legion. Okay, transfer. Do I have enough money? Garage. Polito. Submit. Okay, good. Had enough money. Now we go in. I knew I was missing one. Okay. The Yuga, which I also have done up to look kind of like the. I put there's no vehicle upgrades on the Yuga. The only thing I've done is put different tires on it. The same tires I put on. I think I put the same tires on the other one. And then I have the Winky. Again, no upgrades. I just put beefier road tires on it. I have the Demon Custom. The only thing I did was improve the brakes because it needed it. And then I had the Burrito Custom. Again, I have done nothing to it except put different tires on it and different rims because the rims didn't quite match the original rims for A-Team. Then I have my Bifta, which I have painted up to look like Speed Buggy. The only thing I've done to it is put tires. I put the running board on it, and I changed out the mufflers. I put a different muffler set on it because the muffler looks more like the Speed Buggy. And then I just bought this a day and a half ago, the Roosevelt. Again, I've done nothing to it except paint it. I love this car. I really do. I gotta see if it can do underlighting. Because I don't care. I think I'm going to put red as the underlight for it. We have a burrito company here called Illegal Burrito. I love getting their chicken quesadillas from them. Oh my god, they are freaking so big. They're delicious too. Oh, I do drive the Roosevelt. Wait, I'll show you. I got a new. I'll show you my outfits too for okay, because some of you guys are new. You don't get to see me, or if you, I know Mad J's in the server, and Pinky Rex has watched my streams before, or at least seen me in somebody else's stream before. Who is that in the pink? Is that pink? No, it's the rainbow colors. Who's got that? I gotta find out who that is. But my Hawaiian shirt and camo pants, khakis, is a specific reference to two separate people. One is the original Magnum PI, Tom Selleck, and also the look, one of the surgeons from MASH. Oh, I don't know where he drove it. Oh, well. But yeah, one of the surgeons from MASH wore a, Hawaiian shirt, and, it's a whole thing. Grandpa likes the 80s stuff. But anyway, okay. So, this is his current day wear. Then we have Going Out Duds, which I wore this for the longest time. This is what he wears when he's riding the motorcycle. It's just, typical, I call it, oh. This is what I would call his, just hangout clothes. They're just, typical Southerner day wear. Pants with suspenders and a button-down shirt. Then I have. This is not the original Battery's drip, but Battery helped him pick out clothes like my second or third day playing. And he had me wearing all orange. I look like a freaking pumpkin. This is the new Battery drip. Same mask as I originally had, but it's originally this is originally for Underlord's family. The orange everything. I don't wear that very often, but I kept it. This is the outfit he made when Underlords changed to blue, and Grandpa was kind of being friends with Rai Rai and that crew when they were still Underlords. This is his, don't fuck with me. It's also the clothes he tended to wear when I was originally selling weed on the street, because nobody's going to realize this is freaking Grandpa. Then we have the workout clothes. This is Grandpa's workout clothes. This is what Grandpa got followed because I was doing. Grandpa got followed because I kept going back and forth from my apartment to recycling. So, like, Teddy B and a couple of the others from KK were like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He keeps running past. Every 45 minutes or so. And they didn't really know me then. So I told them, so I'm just getting my, and a cop stopped me. So, a freaking cop stopped me because I kept running back and forth. So, yes, I'm just doing my cardio. I'm going back and forth from the, I'm just going back and forth from the, from recycling to my place. What's the big deal? Why are you stopping me? He's like, you keep running back. I'm like, yeah, because I work over at the recycling and I come back here. This is his day wear. This is the what I tend to put him on. When I'm doing recycling, it's khaki shirt, khaki pants. It's kind of inspired by between MASH with Hawkeye and Trapper John and a little bit Magnum PI, the original. Then there's his dive clothes, which I got just to screw with John, like Daryl. I got freaking nut huggers and dive gear. I've worn it one time because the diving sucks for Redline. I'm sorry. And this is his new outfit for the new car. I love this outfit, actually. I gotta get him a tie though. I gotta go get a tie, actually. We'll do that right now. You guys can help me pick out a tie. I should have plenty of money left. We'll deposit what money I have. Yeah, some of Grandpa's outfits are purposely to make people laugh or to make them uncomfortable as hell. I was hoping they had a Speedo. I really wanted a Speedo or bikini bottom type. I wanted that. I wish I could have found like a thong for Grandpa to wear to go scuba diving with. And when he got asked, "What the hell are you wearing?" It's like, "What? Isn't this what you wear when you go swimming?" Isn't that what you go? Isn't this what you wear when you go scuba diving? This is what we wore in Hawaii when we went scuba diving in the 70s and 80s. And this is what you wear? Where did? Okay, so Teddy said it should be under chains. No, 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 hell no, no. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a chain. No, 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 no. I want a tie. Give me a straight up freaking tie. No, 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 no. Okay, tie. I'm tempted to make it like white. What do you guys think of the white tie? What else? Oh, yeah, solid black. All right, let's see what else. 172. Remember number 172. Oh, we got a different tie here. Is it just? Oh, it's just different colors. Again, same. It's just different tie. Okay. A pocket square? Oh, it sticks through. Never mind. No, no, hell no, 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 no. If I could get like a scarf that hangs really long around his neck, that would work too. These are all just different. I'm probably gonna go with the white, not pink. No, never pink. See, most of these you can't see. What the crap was that? Oh, broken handcuffs. There we go. But not that. I don't like that. Let's see what else they got. They got a thin one. Oh, that's a nice tie. Oh. Okay, what do you guys think of this one? I'm just checking the angles to make sure it doesn't show stupid through somehow. It's not white and it's not black and it's got that checker to it, which I like. So we got either 172, which is a standard, or 84. What else we got? A little wider one. The wider one ain't bad. That one's not bad either. Nope, sticks through. No bow ties. Oh, wait, what was that? Nope, sticks through. So 82. What was that message? Crap, I can't look at my phone while I'm doing this. So what do you think? Number 82? Or 80? Bow ties are cool, but not for Grandpa. And yes, I know the reference. You know what else is cool? A fez. Fezzes are cool too. It's too bad that Mofat decided to kill the Fez. Yeah, I'm liking 82 more too. Fezzes are cool. I wear a Fez now. Fezzes are cool. As much as I really didn't like him at first as the Doctor, he grew on me. I gotta catch back up on that series. I kind of lost track of it. I'm gonna buy this. I like it. I lost track during right when it was weird. I just for whatever reason I lost track of the series when what's his name took over. Not the, see, the whole thing is that technically the female Doctor is not the new first Doctor. She's the second. Or she's not the 14th Doctor or 13th Doctor or where they were calling her. And it's actually because as far as I'm concerned, Pinky, because he made his face exactly the same. Said Peter, yeah, not Peter Capaldi. Peter Capaldi is the number one of his second round of regenerations. So she's not number 13, I think, or 9. Oh, god damn it, what's his damn name? I'm horrible with names. David Tennant. He's actually 10 and 11. No, not my stream. Yeah, David Tennant is actually legitimately Doctor 10 and 11. And, oh no. 5M crashed. Give me a second, guys. 5M crashed on me. Hope my internet doesn't crap out. Well, no, he went. It's not the severed hand thing. Oh god, the last Doctor in the original generation said it. Ooh, Redline's offline. Oh wow. Redline appears to have crashed. Is anybody else going? Give me a second, guys. I may be ending the stream here. Because Redline crashed. Yeah, Redline crashed. Uh, Actually, I think I'm gonna have to stop here because I may have to. gonna have to restart my computer. Give me a minute, guys. I'm trying. My internet's obviously working because I can comment in Discord. Okay, hopefully it works. Okay, guys, while we're waiting for this, I'm going to take a quick break. If you guys want to take a break, I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. All right. It must not have liked the fact of me going to buy a tie, that's all. But yeah, the whole David Tennant change thing, at one point, he regenerated himself and he put his same face back on. He says, I'm not ready to go yet. He actually did die. It's just he regenerated as himself. He can choose his look. And he always picks a face from his past, apparently, now, they're saying. So that's why, like, Peter Capaldi looked like, you know, the Roman guy from the one early. That was back with Donna. Why can't I go in? Oh, I don't have water, but I do have cranberry juice. But I need to change and do some more. Let me use my clothes. Huh? Yeah, the whole Pompeii thing. Okay. That's not good. My storage is broken. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What is going on here? I can't get out. Oh. I may be stream the end of the stream here, but if I can't actually do anything. If I can't change my clothes, if I can't get into my locker. Yeah, I haven't kept up on it since Peter Capaldi got it. I can't say that. I saw the things up to where you find out that the Master's heartbeat, or not the Master is back as Missy. I saw most. I can barely remember him though. I was in a bad headspace when I watched them, so I don't really remember them. Like if I watched them, I'd probably remember them, but I don't remember them at the moment. And the chick they had as his companion, I thought she was great, and I think they got rid of her too soon. Uh, I thought they kind of took her out too quickly. Oh, because they removed her pretty early for a companion, and I thought that was a little because it was one of the few strides forward they made for certain, for the LGBTQ, and it was a great kind of character. She was a great character. Uh, she was. That's one thing I'll say the British do well when they bring in a non-traditional character type, like gay or lesbian or bi or whatever. They don't beat you over the head with it. American TV, we have to beat you over the head with it, make you feel guilty for not accepting it. And it's one of the few things I don't like. That's like I was saying. As a writer, I will never allow my like Billy. I love Billy. Billy was great for Peter as a foil to Peter Capaldi's grumpiness. I thought she was great. She was a great character to as a companion. I thought they took her out of the series too quickly. Uh, as much as I liked some of the other characters, I thought she was one of the better improvements they'd made. Is this open now? No, it just looks open. Normally the lights aren't on in that building. Uh, no, not Billy Piper. Wait, I'm thinking. No, Billy was the name of the character, not Billy Piper, as in Rose. I'm thinking of the actress's name, Billy Piper, because nobody can replace Rose. Not Rose. Uh, but I've heard like some of the newer companions are pretty good. I just haven't been able. I got into a bad head. You know, for a large chunk of the last few years, my brain just hasn't been. I had severe depression issues for a number of years. Last year, I kind of got out of it a little bit, and then I wrote my book. No! Why am I getting kicked? Why did I get kicked? Razin Bratton? Guys, we're going to be ending the stream because I can't seem to stay in Redline. I keep getting kicked. When I try to do stuff. So, but we can still chat. I don't mind. So I liked a lot of what they did with the tag end with Peter Capaldi, and then with Billy, that actress. I thought she was great, or he was great. I don't remember if he's he or she is. Like the gender thing, whatever. That character was great. And then, but like I was saying with my writing, I think my current book that I've got published would make a great